beautiful sunrise. There's so much they hold, and just like the old stars, I see that you've come so far to be right where you are. How bold is your soul? I won't give up on us, even if the skies get rough. I'm giving you all my love. I'm still looking up, and when you're needing your space to do some navigating, I'll be here patiently waiting to see what you find. 'Cause even the stars, they burn. Some even come to the earth, and we've got a lot to learn, and God knows we're worth it. No, I won't give up. I don't want to be someone who walks away so easily. I'm here to stay and make the difference that I can make. Our differences, they do a lot to teach us how to use the tools and gifts we got. Yeah, we got a lot at stake. And in the end, you are my friend. And yes, we did intend for us to work. We didn't break, we didn't burn. We had to learn how to bend without our world caving in. I had to learn what I got and what I'm not, and who I am. And I won't give up on us, even if the skies get rough. I'm giving you all my love. I'm still looking up, still looking up. I won't give up on us. God knows I'm tough enough, and we've got a lot to learn, and God knows we're worth it. I won't give up on us, even if the skies get rough. I'm giving you all my love. I'm still looking up.
Hello everyone, and welcome to this meditation. You can now focus on your breath, focus on your presence with your breath. And allow yourself to deepen into the relaxation of this moment, the feeling of this moment. As you go deeper into that feeling, allow any thoughts of negativity, resistance, pressure, pain to release. Allow yourself to be set free by the divine presence that lives within you. It's safe for you to step into eternity. It's safe for you to connect to reality from this space. Eternal love, eternal joy, and eternal presence are all a choice to connect right now to this moment. You can now take another moment to fully feel into the presence of eternity in your heart. It's safe now to move forward from this space of peace, from this space of alignment, from this space of freedom. To give yourself one more moment to release whatever is no longer serving you. Now ground yourself and conclude your meditation. Thank you and namaste.
Hello, we're Adam and Brianne. We're going to give you your card reading on this beautiful Sunday, and we got some good stuff ahead of us.
We do.
Yeah.
Would you like to share the deck that we'll be pulling from?
All right, so we got Angels and Auras Oracle by Radley Valentine and Dougal Fraser.
Dougal Fraser.
Dougal Fraser. I was going to say Douglas, but Dougal. Okay, good. It's a good deck.
Yes.
So let's get started. We have got like a bit of a theme here, so it's going to be interesting.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a good theme. All right. So the very first card is self-employment, number 34. Commitment, resourceful, confident, and rewarding. All right. See some angel wings, and there's some birds. Birds are always a very good sign and synchronicity. And what we gather from this card for the collective here is that generally when we're moving from one year into the new year, it is time to set new goals for ourselves. And a lot of times those goals, you know, especially if you're watching today's service, it's going to be twin flame related, life purpose related, around your abundance, your wealth, all of the good things. And so this card is just an indication that it's time to, you know, make new goals for yourself. You know, look back, as the sermon says, look back and reflect on your year. And what is it that you are choosing to have for the new year that we're all, you know, relaxing into now?
You've seen what worked and what didn't work, and then it's, you know, you make a new plan there. And I love that, you know, these numbers, 34 comes out to a 7, so it's like you're on the right path. It's like you're exploring something, you're creating something here, and making a solid plan is a good thing. Getting clear. Yeah.
And as you set new goals in mind for yourself or make new choices based off what your heart desires, the next card that we have is number 23, Evolution. And it's empowerment, transformations, protected, and preparedness.
Yeah.
I believe is how you say that. And as you make choices for yourself or you set those new goals in mind, you will naturally begin the process of preparation, I guess I could say, or readiness. You will be prepared, for receiving your heart's desires. So, what is it that you're calling in? What is it that you desire to achieve for the new year? Are your desires in alignment with the vision that you have for your life, or with you and your twin flame together? And know that there's a lot of heart chakra energy here. And it all happens, the transformation happens within, in your heart first, and then it naturally manifests into your reality.
Yeah, it's kind of like she's about to teleport just out of her current reality and into the new one. And I think that's a good sign when we have, it came out to number 5 anyway. So changes there, massive transformation going on. So you're going to be catapulted into the new.
I love that.
Yeah.
Which goes perfectly with the third card. And it's a career transition, number 17. We have change, excitement, opportunity, and advancement.
She's definitely leaving the old behind. She's like, I'm out this door. I'm gonna go in this door. I'm leaving my bag. I'm leaving the things. Now I'm gonna go. I'm gonna create my heaven on earth. And it has, coming out to an 8. I think it was 17. So yeah, really moving into that abundance. So it's really being catapulted into that new reality, that new you.
Yeah.
More of you.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's really like a time to, as we conclude the reading here, if you find that, she's got her briefcase and she's let it go, right? It's dropping. Really take the time as we're settling into the new year. And did you bring any baggage with you? Did you bring any heavy energies with you, or things that no longer resonate with you? And if you did, just choose to let it go. You no longer need to carry that, whether it be like worry or doubts or any kind of, insecurities. Just let that fall away. We're in the new now. And it's safe for you to fully embrace the newness and the dreams and desires that you're currently manifesting for yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's good. I'm just noticing that she put her crown on this card. It's kind of hard to see. It really like seeing our divinity in, all these areas in our lives, whether it's, life purpose or, our life in general. She put on her crown, she's like teleporting out of there into her new reality. Yeah, I think it's a lot of that, and kind of like these both have angel wings. Yeah, really like seeing that divinity and creating that new, seeing the support and protection we got from our entourage of all the supporter guides, angels. Yeah, good. You got anything else for this?
I feel complete.
This is really good. So keep watching. It's going to be really good. And we'll see you next time.
Hello everyone, I welcome you to today's Sunday service. Today I have the honor and pleasure of introducing Junior Executive Minister Fabian on his sermon of making the most out of 2024 and how to benefit from 2024 on our spiritual journey. So this sermon has caused me to remember that the spiritual journey is one of an in-breath and an out-breath. And to recognize and remember that it isn't a journey that's just a means to an end. It is a journey that is to be enjoyed, and it's an eternal journey. And so this is definitely being one of my meta lessons on my spiritual journey, is being flexible and surrendering to God's flow and trusting God there. And so I see myself as a very goal-oriented person, and I think many people are like this and are wired this way. And specifically, in a recent Twin Flame Ascension school class, Jeff was helping me through this one by explaining to me that although it's, effective to be very like laser focused on one, goal oriented thing, it's also important to be flexible, and more importantly, to be with God. And if you're inflexible, you're setting yourself up to kind of trip up and fall over. And I feel that is because I guess you're limiting the ways in which you're relating to God and the ways in which God can work in your life. And you're limiting the ways that, your success can be ensured and the ways in which you can be supported. And you're trying to, I guess, limit God and limit life. And so, in the end, it's God who performs the miracles and moves the mountains. And so, let God teach you how to correctly relate to life. Because God's way is going to be a lot more enjoyable and peaceful and effective in comparison to you trying to move forward from a very limited angle and way, and just, focusing on a goal and not like taking your eyes off that goal and, looking around and seeing the vastness and beauty of God. And in the end, I think this is one of the meta lessons that we all learn are learning is how to correctly relate to God and how God relates to us and how to correctly treat God and how God treats us. And as you become more intimate and refined in your relationship with God, that's really when you feel your life transform and change in, beautiful and wonderful and astounding ways. And that relationship you're cultivating is a very intimate relationship, and there's many layers to it. And at the same time, it's also a very easy and natural relationship for each and every one of us. And this particular lesson that we're unpacking today I'm still unpacking in my consciousness because, what drives me this way is I recognize the results that come from, being goal-orientated and, highly focused, such as, the self-respect that comes with that, the trust you build with yourself by honoring agreements, and the results and rewards that come from, doing the tasks of the day and completing the things on your plate. But at the same time, I look around and I recognize, people that have developed a deeper relaxation and trust with God. And through that approach, they also reap benefits because I can see that ease and peace in their vibration and in their life. And so they've learned from God how to relate to God correctly in that way, and it's benefited them in that space. And coming at this from a different angle, I think it really comes down to rooting out imbalance in your life. Because with every imbalanced approach, there comes something to counterbalance that. I think that's just the nature of life. And that thing that comes to counterbalance it is usually something less desirable or of contrast, so that, that contrast will point you back to choose the more balanced thing that's going to be more, beneficial for you and enjoyable for you to experience. And so, in a nutshell, having too much of one thing from a place of fear instead of trusting, having in moderation and trusting that God is going to provide for you. And I think the perfect metaphor, particularly around this time, is the manna bread analogy, where, they are starving for food. And so God rains down manna bread from heaven, and a message that God provides is only take the amount of bread that you would need each day, because tomorrow I'll provide the bread again for you. And for those that didn't listen and took more bread than they needed, they had all this extra bread that began to rot and smell. And then they had to deal with that, and clean that up and learn that lesson. And so that was the contrast, the counterbalance to the imbalanced choice of taking too much. And that contrast was to point them back to choosing the balance, to listening to God and to listening to God's flow. And so, yeah, I'm very grateful to receive Fabian's sermon today, you know, teaching us that, you know, all of the different aspects of the spiritual journey. You know, there's obviously the practical application of the lessons we've learned. There's the work, there's the creating value, applying ourselves. And then there's also the space that we take to reflect, to integrate our lessons, and to just take space to ourselves to decompress and breathe and relax and rejuvenate. And I love how Fabian unpacked this in a practical way and a spiritual way, and in a way that anyone can learn the lesson and apply it from, you know, reviewing 2023 and coming into 2024. And finally, you know, another awareness that's come up for me around this holiday time is that giving and receiving and then being the same thing. This wasn't always something that I really understood, but it's become clearer to me these holidays that through giving, you're opening yourself up and you're loving life. And in that opening that you create from loving life is the receiving, like, is where life loves you back. And so an opportunity to give around this holiday time is tithing. And so if you feel called to demonstrate your appreciation to COU and how it's benefited your life and will continue to benefit your life through tithing, we would be deeply grateful, as each dollar and each cent supports us in reaching more people and changing more lives in the short term and in the long term. And so now I will introduce Fabian and his sermon, and I hope you enjoy.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Fabian. I am a junior executive minister for the Church of Union, and in today's sermon, I'm going to share how we can make the most out of this new year, 2024, and how we can really benefit from it on our spiritual journeys. Now, let us begin with the opening Ohms. Feel free to follow along in your heart or out loud. I am the only child of God, forever part of Him. I am created by Him in perfection, and there I always remain. My mind is my sanctuary where I keep His holy creation sacred. I will only allow in His voice. I will only accept His word. Today, I will hear the word of God. I surrender myself to His teachings through His divine channel. I will honor what He has spoken and accept it as His will. I will be obedient to His word, for this is my salvation. In Christ's name, Om, Amen. So, welcome back to our sermon today. What an eventful year we had in 2023. I think We experience a lot of breakthroughs, challenges, and new awareness and insights as a collective on this beautiful planet. There are, in some places, really some conflicts brewing, and in other places, I have a feeling that we are making many, many breakthroughs. And I feel that as a collective, we are coming really closer together. Now, this time of the year is really beautiful to decompress after the holidays. You can relax, and just recharge the battery, so to speak, after the Christmas celebrations. And just reflect back on the past year and about your twin flame, about your harmonious twin flame journey. The journey toward harmonious twin flame union and beyond is really a unique journey, and it's still relatively new. Not a lot of people, compared to the population of the planet, are on their twin flame journeys yet, even though twin flames are trending, and it's just the beginning. So there's really an awakening taking place, and at the same time, you want to be conscious about, hey, this is still something new. And whenever you are learning something new, let yourself off the hook, like take it easy, be gentle with yourself, have compassion with yourself, and take breaks when needed to really let it integrate. It's like, when you work out, you maybe, lift some weights in the gym. It's a classic example. Then the real growth of the muscle happens when you are resting. And so taking rest on the spiritual journey at this time can really facilitate a lot of spiritual growth for you. Another way to say it is that taking breaks on the spiritual journey is not unproductive. It is quite productive when it's the right time. And I feel for a lot of us, it is the right time now to take a break and to really review and evaluate the year 2023. And there can be some kind of rituals, and I see a lot of us in our community returning back to the basics and just reliving the year and really processing everything that happened. So I myself, I just imagine myself going through the year, and I'm like going through all of these big events in my mind that happened, and all of these successes, these challenges, and these amazing encounters, let's say. And you have these highlights of the year. And I find it really beneficial to go through them in my mind to process them. And when you do that, you can really apply continuous improvement there. It's called Kaizen. It's a cycle of continuous improvement. And you can apply that. It's a standard in industry, and I think it's coming from like manufacturing cars out of Japan. It's called Kaizen, and it's a continuous improvement cycle. And when you apply that principle to your life, it really is amazing to just review and evaluate what worked well in this year, what didn't work so well, what would I like to see more of, and what do I not want to experience so much of? And how can I do that? And you might have, had recent lessons. And what was really like the core insight that you had in 2023? And now, how does this core insight apply to the new year? How would that affect your life? What kind of practical application would you consider there? So what I'm really saying is that you want to go back in through the year 2023, learn from it, and then apply the lessons towards the new year. And then you apply the continuous improvement cycle to your life. And you can do that annually. You can do that, of course, also on a more micro scale every week, for example. You can be like, okay, what worked well this week? What didn't work well? What can I learn from it? And this is how you can benefit the most. And a lot of students of this work, they are returning back to the basics again. That could mean I'm, reading this book again, Twin Flames Finding Your Ultimate Lover. It could mean that I'm, reading maybe the chapter on the mirror exercise again, and writing out a few of these mirror exercises on paper to really be reminded of maybe how far you have already come. But this is a principle that a lot of masters apply. They return to the basics again. And there's always deeper to go with the basics. And you want to really celebrate all of that, take it easy, maybe drink a hot chocolate, while you reflect on the year. And it is kind of a tradition as well that in our Church of Union, we go through a card reading for the new year. And usually Jeff and Shaleia conduct a card reading for the new year to go through some themes and energies together. And you can even do the same for your own life. So you can pull some cards, with that hot chocolate, and just go through the year 2024, and just feel into that year and see what kind of themes and energies might be there for you. So you can get a feeling for the new year already, and you can create that relationship for 2024. And you might even want to write some of these ideas down so you can revisit them later in the year and see how it applied and how it came true or how it didn't came true. And that builds trust, with your, let's say, channeling abilities as well. What really is important thinking about the new year is to have a vision and a goal and a direction. So you might have this big idea, this big vision for your life in your mind. And maybe it is, harmonious twin flame union, living in heaven on earth, and which is a beautiful dream to share in. And it also helps to have maybe smaller dreams and even annual goals that you bring into the new year. What would that be for you? What would be something that you would want to maybe attain in this new year, or explore or experience? Maybe you want to visit someone, maybe you want to travel, maybe you want to do this cool thing or try this thing that you've always wanted to try. And yeah, it makes sense to keep this in mind and to really formulate these goals specifically. You want to make them measurable, right? And so that you can make it easy on you to attain these goals. Now, when it comes to these goals, what is really important, though, is that they are in alignment with who you are. And I'm going to read you a quote from the Course in Miracles here. Who would be willing to be turned away from all the roadways of the world unless he understood the real futility? Is it not needful that he should begin with this to seek another way instead? For while he sees a choice where there is none, what power of decision can he use? The great release of power must begin with learning where it really has a use, and what decision has power if it be applied in situations without choice. As I was preparing for this sermon, I did a book flip, and this is the page where I landed, and this quote spoke to me. It really spoke to me in the sense that when we set these goals, then there's some kind of meta choice that is really important. The meta choice is the underlying reason why we are doing all of this and why we have these goals. Of course, I can have a financial goal of having this amount of money so I can manifest my dream car or my dream house or my next soul pet. And these are beautiful things to experience. And at the same time, the intention behind it has to be aligned with truth, with love, right? There are so many people that are wealthy on this planet that are not very happy because they might follow an agenda that isn't necessarily in alignment with love and higher truth. Now, having that in mind, why do you pursue these goals that you are pursuing? And just reminding yourself of that core reasoning can really help you sustain motivation throughout this new year 2024. Oh, well, in my case, I would really love to experience harmonious twin flame union sustainably and share it with everyone who desires it, and share in it with everyone together to experience heaven on earth, to experience harmony everywhere, right? No matter where you look, no matter where you travel, no matter where you go to, there's just perfection, there's just harmony everywhere. And this is a beautiful vision to have. And, this is where unionism really shines, is in working together hand in hand, manifesting this into reality. So I would really like to invite you to take this past year as a reflection point for you, and then apply the lessons toward the new year. Get clear on your goals and desires for this new year. And I'm really pointing to a feeling place in all of it. All of these desires that you have, they hold a specific vibration. And that is the vibration that you can tap into right now as a feeling. And feeling that desire, feeling that goal, as if it's already there. In spiritual truth, it is already there, right? It's like the desire and the manifestation of the desire, two sides of the same coin. One cannot exist without the other. By feeling that, you align with that. It's like the law of attraction. You attract that in an accelerated way. Because when the inside of you, when that is more real than the outside, then it's when the inside manifests on the outside. And that is the beautiful thing, that indeed you create your reality by making choices, by making these choices for yourself and by awakening to your true divine nature. And this is what the Course in Miracles quote spoke to, is choosing the right meta choice, if you will, is choosing love at the core. And to really help with that, I would like to read a few decrees from this book to just help us in this vibration, and feel free to repeat these with me from your heart. They will support you with your harmonious twin flame union and with your spiritual journey overall. I choose to be in permanent harmonious union with my true twin flame. I surrender my life to God's loving way. I choose to see, know, and completely accept God's loving way when it is presented to me. I choose to follow God's loving way with absolute faith, commitment, dedication, discipline, and joy. I trust God to show me the way. I choose to manifest my twin flame now for the purpose of perfect union and my ascension. I choose to align myself fully to my perfect union and take all steps needed to permanently secure my perfect union sustainably for all eternity. I am one with my twin flame, and together we choose to enjoy an eternity of loving enjoyment with God as one. Beautiful decrees. There are more in the book, and your choice does have power. And when I'm thinking back, in my life, and I just look at my life, a lot of times I saw other people attain their goals, attain their desires, and it was an energy of a bystander, right? Of, oh, I'm observing that this is happening, of, oh, no, this person has this success. And what's really important here is to wake up and to remember that what these other people are creating for themselves and might be inspiring to you is also something that you can create for yourself, and even more than that. And so when you see these people that have what you want to have, just bless them for it, because when you bless them for it, you're really saying that this is also for you, which is also a good spiritual practice to have. And really activate that power that you have to choose your desire and to manifest it. And yeah, really be an active participant in your own life. Don't let life just happen to you. Really, really embrace your power there, your divine power and free will. And then life becomes magical, because this is how life is meant to be lived, is, you choosing truth, choosing to pursue the dream in your heart, and really partner with other people that pursue their divine dreams in their heart, and then seeing how beautifully interconnected all of these dreams really are. And then, of course, learning from mistakes and learning from everything that's happening and improving, continuous improvement. right? Kaizen. Yeah, I feel that is the beauty, the real beauty of life is following the dream and really experiencing the journey that is unfolding from there. And even though sometimes it seems unnecessarily difficult or challenging, or you're not very certain, or you're not very clear on why it's happening the way it happens, my experience is that at some point, when you look back, it will all make sense. It is all adding up. And this is God's beautiful design for everyone's unique journey. And these journeys are designed in such a way that they will lead you to Him, they will lead you home in the best way, in the most compassionate way, in the fastest way possible. So I'm really looking forward to this new year and how it will all unfold together. And I have a really good feeling about this new year. And I hope you do have that good feeling too. And I feel that in 2023, we have gained a lot of momentum. We have built a lot of momentum together. And in this new year, we can now really breathe out again. It's like 2023 was like an in-breath, and now maybe 2024 is like an out-breath. It's like an expansion. Well, I don't know, but we will, I guess we will see what the new year brings. I definitely anticipate a lot of beautiful things ahead. And yeah, I feel complete in this sermon. So now let us conclude with our closing prayer. Father, I accept your word into my heart. I will honor your will in my life and will follow you without hesitation anywhere you ask. I know you guide me into your heart where I belong. I accept that you are everywhere and your teaching is in all things. God, I know you provide me clarity in this teaching of union that I may be forever in union with you. I accept that you are in me as you are in my brother. I will not deny my brother your word and will share your teaching with him in any way you ask and only as you ask. For when I share my salvation with him, I fully claim my salvation and return to you with him. In Christ's name, Om, Amen. Speaking this prayer in your heart means you have accepted that you are on the path of awakening to your true divine nature. This is what it means to be a unionist. Follow the teachings of union with God wherever you find them and purify your consciousness into perfect union with your Creator. Thank you so much for tuning in today and have a beautiful 2024. Bye-bye.
So thank you for coming to today's Sunday service. I really loved how Fabian zoomed out on the greater scheme of things, reminding us collectively that ascending, particularly through healing twin flame separation, is new this time, and is a new awareness at this time when you're comparing those who are already on that journey in comparison to those who are yet aware that that's a path for them. And to consider that we're all learning together and to be compassionate and gentle with ourselves on this spiritual healing journey. And another reference I love that Fabian made was to Kaizen, which is the process of continuous improvement. I find that subject really fascinating, and that's like what we're here for on the spiritual journey, is to continuously improve ourselves. And I like how he integrated it into our lives by saying, you know, by reflecting on 2023, what we've learned, what we liked, what we didn't like, the lessons we've learned, and coupling that with bringing ourselves back to the basics at the beginning of the new year is a wonderful way to, you know, practice Kaizen, the cycle of continuous improvement. Well, those are two things that can support that process. And so I also wanted to remind you that you can find all past sermons here on YouTube or on unionism.org if you're wanting to revisit a sermon that particularly spoke to you. And you can also donate and tithe to contribute to the Church of Union and its message of unionism reaching the world. And please like and subscribe to the Church of Union's YouTube channel. That's a great way to contribute and support us as well. And also, I invite you to after church tea time, which is today, 1 p.m. EST, just after this sermon, which is a live discussion about today's message in the Unionism Spiritual Discussion Facebook group. Thanks again for joining us today. Take care, have a great week, and we'll see you next Sunday. Bye.